This is Dean with Slate Companies, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the multi-output feature in SSD5 to export, print, and bounce your drums from SSD5 to Pro Tools. So in this session, we've got SSD5 loaded up on a track with a MIDI part already programmed. Let's take a listen. So let's say that we like that MIDI part and we want to print it to separate audio tracks so that we can mix it further. Let's say we want the following audio tracks: a kick, a snare, a hi-hat, toms, overhead mics, and room mics. Now the first thing we're going to do is to create a separate track for each of those tracks. We're going to name them appropriately. Now we need to take care of the routing in order to get the audio out of SSD5 and into the appropriate track. We're going to be setting the output for all of the tracks we want in the SSD5 mixer to a specific output, and then setting the input of the audio tracks we created in our DAW to the same output from SSD5. So let's open up SSD5 and navigate to the mixer section. Now at the bottom of the mixer, for all of the kick tracks, let's change the output from out1 stereo to out2 stereo. Then for all of the snare tracks, we'll change the output from out1 stereo to out3 stereo. We'll do the same for the hi-hat, toms, overhead mics, and room mics, respectively. So now we need to simply set the input on the tracks in Pro Tools to the correct input based on what we set the output for in SSD5. Then we need to simply record enable our tracks and hit record in our DAW. This will record each of the individual outputs we routed to the individual audio tracks. So that is how to use multi-output to export, print, or bounce your tracks using SSD5 in Pro Tools. If you have any further questions, please visit slatesupport.com.